Hello, sisters. I'm a 31-year-old lady. I've been married for less than a year and things are just going down for me. I'm 8 months pregnant. I found out my husband was cheating with someone at work when I was 6 months pregnant, and he's been extremely defensive about it. I'm so broken. It's almost like a part of me has just been taken away. I'm in so much pain, and the worst of it is he doesn't even care. He sees how badly this affects me, but he just refuses to let us address this. He fails to understand when I speak about having boundaries and how helpful it can be so this doesn't happen again. Having to deal with this on top of his failure to take care of me, give me attention, love me, and even be helpful around the house is very stressful. I find myself talking to myself every now and then. I cry every day, and silently I have been praying and asking God to help me and restore my marriage. In spite of all the prayers, I'm looking for a way out of this marriage because he doesn't love me anymore. In fact, I believe he married me for his convenience. He barely looks at me or spends any time with me. He'd choose to do anything over being with me. Watching this go on is so painful, especially during this time, meaning the pregnancy time. I can't speak to anyone because I feel it's a shameful situation and that people will just focus on the fact that I should be grateful I have a husband and even pregnant in less than a year, so I should overlook it and stay with him. He is very distant and would rather please others than make me his priority. This man doesn't value me or even see my worth. Right from when we were dating, I'd had to prove myself to him all the time, take care of him, do the extra work, just so he sees that I love him. But he does little to nothing at all. He just says he loves me, but he's unable to show me. I've been complaining about it even before we got married, and things are still the same. He likes to make me doubt myself whenever I complain about something he's not doing, like there's no problem and that I'm finding problems. The mental stress is just so draining, and I'm concerned for my unborn child. Looks like he's not worth my time. I want this marriage to work because I truly love him, but I also want to leave so badly for the sake of my mental health. What should I do? Leave or stay?
Leave.
Gail, I'm going to start with you.
I mean, she said the whole thing started when they were even dating.
Mm-hmm.
And you still went ahead and got married to him as if when you get married, then everything will be fine. That's a mistake a lot of people make. They think when they get married, you know, and they say their vows and things, and that means then everything is going to be all, you know, rosy. Not about your name anyway, but, you know, like all rosy. That's a mistake a lot of people make. And usually dating is also where you gather information about somebody, right? You get to know the person, get to know if you guys are on the same page in certain things, like if you're a team, you know. And obviously, it looks like she's been dating herself all this while, because I didn't hear anything about we. I just heard about how she's suffering mentally. That's all I heard. I didn't hear anything to stand on to say, okay, you can give it another shot because of this. The whole thing sounds like a long, you know, suffering experience, you see. And then now you're pregnant, and she even mentioned it, that she's worried about her unborn child. You cannot be in that situation and then you're still talking about it and you are still in there, you know. And I always talk about, you know, the how our mind controls everything we do, like psychologically. If you're not okay up here, it's going to show on everything else you do. And obviously mentally she's messed up. And the reason why people choose other people is to have somebody who you can bank on, you know, in terms of anything, somebody you can rely on, you know, even if it's for just encouragement, you know. That's why we choose people to be with in a relationship, and then we can go ahead to make it official if you feel this is somebody I think I can go the long haul with. But from day one, it was obvious you're not going anywhere. Mm-hmm. And then you said you knew that, you mentioned it, you didn't listen, you said you were proving yourself. How can you prove? You don't have to prove anything to anybody. You don't have to prove to somebody you love them, because it's a choice for both of you. I like you, like me, want to be together. Why do you have to do extra things for somebody to show you, affection? It goes without saying. It should just come easily. So the mistake she made was to even, make things official, and then to even get pregnant. So for me, I advise that if she can move, you cannot, I always say you cannot get cured of malaria if you are still in a mosquito-infested area. And she's still in the where the problem is, and she's expecting to get better. It won't happen. If she can move away, she should move away to a positive place, at least have the baby, because she needs that support, because having a baby is not an easy thing. Let her get the support so that when she has the baby, it will help her, make an informed decision if she wants to. For me, I advise she doesn't continue, but then people always bash me when I mention, they should get divorced. So I'll just say she should move away from it and think through, and then decide on what to do. But for me, I would advise she should just get out of the relationship.
Right.
Because the guy doesn't care about her.
Yeah, leave. Why stay? Because, I feel like the foundation of the relationship wasn't correct to start with. Usually men are the hunters. They're the ones who want to show off and be like, yeah, I love you. I want to spend on you. I want to spend time with you. I want to be with you. I want to love you. Like, men are meant to love women. I mean, if it was so easy, the Bible would not be specific and say, men, love your wives like Christ loved the church, because God knows that it will take an extra effort for men to completely love their wives the way they are meant to. And it's easy for women to love. That's why the Bible also goes contrary and says, women, be submissive, and listen to your husbands, love them and all of that. So if in the beginning of the relationship, it was you who was investing in the relationship, it was you who was excited about the relationship, to the extent whereby he probably felt sorry for you and decided to marry you. You can't convince me that a man who is head over heels over a woman he loves will treat her this way. As far as I know, a man who is really in love will not do this, especially when you guys are about to receive you're pregnant. I mean, he should be going all around with you to the hospital, antenatal, checking how the baby is. Like, the guy doesn't even care. And he's cheating on you. He's gaslighting you. He's going on about how he just does not care. And this is a clear case of you being in the relationship by yourself. And this is a clear case of you cannot force people to love you. And at the end of the day, you also mentioned something about the fact that, you don't want to talk to anybody. And the thing is, it's not just anybody you are supposed to talk to. Who is that one person that you can count on to talk to? Because usually you mentioned something about your mental health, and trust me, when you're pregnant, everything you go through from the crown of your head to the sole of your feet, like, you are going through serious changes, your hormones, your body, your mind, your emotions, and you cannot be pregnant when you're married and yet feel alone. You need the support of your husband. Literally, the guy has checked out, so you're in the relationship alone. So for me, I honestly do not think that that's a relationship you should be in. And sometimes I also feel like love, when we say we love people, it can be overrated, because love is supposed to be reciprocal. You can't love somebody and invest all your time, your attention, your energy on them, and they don't give it back. That's not healthy. And especially when you have an unborn child coming into this situation, this child has not asked to be here. At the rate at which you're going, I won't even be surprised that this guy is going to get up one day and actually be abusive, because you are getting on his nerves and he can't stand you anymore. I think that it's time to move away. Speak to someone. I don't know how close you are with family, at least your mom. Speak to your mom, somebody who this guy at least respects. And try and see reason. The reason why I would say that don't just get up and leave. Try one last time. Ask him, does he want the marriage? You've seen all these things, but sometimes if you sit the person down to have a conversation with them, maybe they will actually tell you to your face and tell you that, Charlie, I really don't want to be. Maybe he's looking for an opportunity to actually tell you, but he doesn't want it to be like it's coming from him. He wants you to tell him, or he wants you to ask him. So ask him, because the last thing you want to do is to be in a relationship whereby you are not loved. And especially with a child coming in, please do not do that. I mean, I would not want to be in a relationship where the person does not love. You go where you are wanted. You go where you are appreciated. You go where you are loved. You go where people appreciate you as a human being. They value you. So if you're in a relationship that's supposed to be for better, for worse, and you know how you started it off, whereby he wasn't in, he had already checked out. And he married you maybe out of pity. At the end of the day, all I do know that real love is not supposed to be like this. So honestly, first thing that I think you need to do, find that one person to talk to about it. If it's mommy, if it's somebody that he respects, tell them that this is what's going on. You like an opportunity for them to say, did you guys even do marriage counseling? You like to have an opportunity to talk. It's been less than 1 year or 1 year of marriage. You know, and this whole thing whereby you're going on about, oh, you know, people expect you to be happy because at the end of the day, at least you're pregnant, you just got married. No. You're getting married. You got married at the expense of what? Yourself? To lose yourself, to lose your sanity, to lose. No. It's not an excuse to stay in a marriage when things are not going well. Bring the guy, see if he can see reason with you. If there's somebody who needs to sort of help him recalibrate and find out you guys need to go back to basics. Okay, but the thing is that even me asking you to go back to basics, what were the basics? They didn't even exist whereby he loved you. So exactly what are we going back to? But the thing is, does he want it? Where is he coming from? Does divorce mean a big deal to him? Is it a big deal to you? You clearly love him, but he doesn't love you. But all I know is that it's not a conducive environment to have a family. So create an opportunity to dialogue and let him be point blank that he doesn't want it. If he doesn't want it, at least you know, and at least you can check out. And there is nothing wrong with starting all over again.
Right.
That's where I'm coming from.
So Rosie, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, my sisters have said a lot. But I'd like to first and foremost sympathize with this lady, because it's not an easy emotional stress to be going through at this time, especially because you're pregnant. But what I would say is that usually the health of the baby that is yet to be born is actually dependent on your mental health. So you can actually have a child with issues just because you're not mentally in the right place. So as much as it's difficult, try and put yourself in a healthy mental state. You are 8 months pregnant, it's just 1 more month to go. Try and put yourself in a healthy mental state so that at least the baby can be born healthy. Now, let's tackle the main issue. Now, the thing is, I've always said here numerous times that even when there is love, there's affection, everything seems to be right. When you get married, sometimes a lot of things go wrong. Because once you get into that close proximity, you are shocked by a lot of things, you see a lot of things that worry you. This case is a case of a spoiled child. It's like you have a baby, you've overly spoiled the child, overly pampered the child gets to a certain stage and thinks that they can request and do anything. You know, where a child can just get up and tell the mom that, "Mommy, I hate you. Mommy, you know, because you've spoiled the child so much, giving the person so much freedom, so much room, that they get up one day and they forget. They know you are still their mother, but they forget the respect that should come with talking to your mother. And I think that's what she did. I don't think she went chasing the man. Right. But along the line, she valued the relationship so much that she did everything to keep the relationship. That was the first red flag. Because this man screams, an absolute narcissist. Because people like this, they show you love in the beginning.
Yeah, love bombing.
Then once they get you in that nest, then they begin to do their shakara. Now, it's possible that he knows the value you bring to the table, because from the way you are talking, I can imagine that you are not a broke woman. Because she says she does things for herself.
And he does not take care of her.
Doesn't take care of her, so she's not a broke woman. So he probably knows the value she brings to the table. So she probably married her as, like you said, convenience. So that, like, you know what, I have a wife, I can call myself a married man, or she's going to take care of everything, and then that's it. So now his narcissistic tendencies are coming into play because now he has you. So now it's coming into play full force. And unfortunately, you are still playing like, I need you, I need you, I need you. And I think that so long as you play, I need you, I need you, I need you, he's going to continue doing what he's doing. Because listen, when your wife is pregnant, sometimes no matter how much you don't like the person or you hate the person, it disgusts you, the fact that the woman is carrying your child, there's a way you react towards her just because she's carrying your child. And then after the fact, you can revert to whatever it is, you know. But if the fact that you are carrying his child still doesn't mean anything to him, to want to treat you right, to want to make you feel like a human being so that his child can come into the world 10 fingers, 10 toes, then it means that he doesn't want anything to do with you. Now, it's true that when people are pregnant, sometimes we also have our own mood swings and, you know, and all of that, which might irritate the men. Everybody has it. But the man who truly loves you would actually find those things. Those are the things they'll go and sit with their boys. Charlie, can you imagine?
Yeah.
Today she sent me to go and look for pizza all the way, you know, at 2 a.m. in the morning. So these are the things, Charlie, my guy, Charlie, you, that's how married life is, you know. They actually find pride in those things. And eventually, they will even tease you with some of those moments. So basically, what I'm trying to say is that, look, even though all looks bad, the red flags are all there, everything is there, I'd like to side with Olivia a little bit. That, look, get out of that space. You can say that it's your 8th month, and then you need to have a place to give birth properly. So you can go to your mom's place for a bit so that you can put to birth. And then when you are done with that, you know, some time to take care of the baby and watch his reaction during that process. Because truth be told, there are some men who are actually repelled by pregnant women. The same way there are some men, when they see pregnant women, they are very excited. There are also some men who just don't want to touch a pregnant woman.
Because they don't know what to do.
They don't know what to do. They don't know
how to react.
They don't know how to react. They're even repulsive. Sometimes you have saliva stuck in your mouth. Sometimes you are this, you are that. And for some people, they just can't stand the sight. So let's assume that that could be it. So because a marriage is too young. And for me, personal experience and what I've seen around, when you get married, sometimes there's turbulence that starts in the beginning. Some people, the turbulence is in the middle. The turbulence comes after 20 years of marriage. Then you are shocked at what your husband did. So let's just say that, look, let's give this man the benefit of a doubt. Remove yourself from that environment. Stay with your mother. Have your child in the name of, I need someone to help me care for my kid. And probably spend like maybe a couple of months with your mother till your child is maybe about 3 months old, 4 months old, and see his reaction. Is he going to care for you? Is he going to come visit you? Is he going to show some concern? Because sometimes when you are removed from the place, suddenly they know there's a void. And depending on his reaction, and you know, every woman has that sixth sense in us. When someone is faking it, we know. When someone is genuine, we know. When we feel iffy about it, we know. And be truthful with yourself. What do you feel? Is it because your mother is calling him like, hey, into umba besra wo yere kakra, and then he's coming over? Or he genuinely calls you now and then, oh, how are you doing? How are you feeling? Is everything okay? So that's
probably he misses you paying the bills.
Or he misses, well, which, and you know, exactly. And those bills thing, look, let me tell you, it's true that you are paying the bills and everything, especially when you move out of the house. Since you are not there, slow down on paying the bills. You see, when you take the masculinity away from men, they begin to act like children. Sometimes you think that you are helping the home. You think that you are helping, you know, you want to support. You are being the supportive. Whatever money you have in excess, save it. When there's a rainy day, you step up to the plate.
Because if you're not asking,
but
money,
when
somebody's asking and they're giving.
Yeah, somebody's asking. Because you see, if you don't chop your husband's money, that's why the office girlfriend is chopping it. So sometimes I think that this thing where, you know, you are married and then you feel like, oh, because I want to be the supportive wife, Proverbs 31 woman and all of those things, the man hasn't asked, then you are doing. Bill, then you are paying. Then you are paying, you are paying. Once they get used to it, why should they now start paying? Seriously, if anytime I go out with you, you're always paying the bill, why should I step up to the plate and pay the bill? No. It's not going to happen. So I think that take yourself out of the situation. Also, adjust yourself properly. If there's some bills you have to work for, hey, the light is gone off, or we need to pay prepaid. Oh, okay, just don't do it. Oh, I don't seem to have enough money. You know what? We usually buy 500, but I have only 200. Can you add some to it? Keep doing things like that, so that as time goes on, if he starts being responsible, you have your answer. If he starts to meet you at the point of your need, you have your answer. If he starts to follow you and whatever, you have your answer. But don't sit in that environment for long, because whatever energy, whatever mental stress you are going through, whether you like it or not, you're transferring it to your unborn baby. And this baby is going to come out with attitudes, with mood swings, and you wonder where this child is coming from. It's coming from the pain and hurt. Because listen, the children in the womb connected to you, they feel every emotion that you go through. They feel sadness, they feel happiness, they feel pain, they feel all of that. So as much as possible, take yourself out of the situation. I wouldn't scream divorce yet, but definitely have it in the back of your mind.
All right. Well, I actually have some questions. Like I asked, what do you actually need to wait for him to show some attention? Like maybe if you leave the situation, do you really actually need to, do you need to wait for him to show care to realize that, okay, this guy misses me?
No,
Or
If it's a relationship, hold on. For me personally, if it's a relationship, you don't need to wait for anything, even if you are pregnant.
yeah, because I feel like every adult should know that during pregnancy, my wife needs me.
Yes. That's what I'm saying. If it's a relationship, I don't have a problem. But the thing is that marriages, especially in Ghana, you can't just get up and break it all. See, even if she decides that, look, I'm working out, she needs family to accept that they're getting divorced. Where papa members will come and talk, oh, and that's where the gaslighting that she was talking about comes in. You are lucky, you've been married. He married you nicely, put a ring on your finger. Some girls don't have it like that, and you are lucky you are pregnant. You don't worry, you just have the baby. After the baby, everything will be okay. And it will shock you that it's a woman's family who will be saying those things. You see, that's what I'm saying, that if it's a relationship, you see, that's why I say, look, if it's a relationship, you just get up, pick your back, I'm gone. I actually have a friend who got pregnant with a guy, and the guy was worrying her, let's get married. And she said, no, I'm not going to get married to you. I want to be a forever girl. We are not breaking up, nothing. But I still want to maintain the girlfriend status. Back then, I never understood. Because she wanted to be able to get up and walk if
There's a problem.
there's a problem. Because sometimes the marriage makes it complicated. Family members are going to come in, drinks have to be exchanged, people not come and sit down and talk, blame, and then continue. So that's why I'm saying that, look, if it was a relationship, I'm sure would have all said, just get up and run for your life. But marriage is some way, Charlie.
And if we look at it, well, I think this also stems from the fact that we are in a society that loves marriage too much.
Everybody
don't
loves
have to-
marriage.
If it's at the expense of your life,
that's
at
what I'm
the expense of
saying.
mental
If you
health,
love marriage than your life,
Yeah.
there's a problem. These are the issues that you're going to face because you saw it from the beginning.
Exactly.
You understand? So I feel like it's about loving yourself enough than loving any other thing. You should come first. Marriage is great. Marriage is a blessing, but you cannot love marriage than yourself.
It's a two-way thing.
So anyway, this actually is a very important conversation that we're having, because apart from, sharing our thoughts with her, we also think this will help people that might be getting into a relationship or wanting to get into a relationship. We'll take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll get into the second letter.